In my previous video, I discussed several issues, so if you haven't watched part 1 yet, tune in to hear issues about flight engine, lost luggage, rain, and phone. That there was constantly like electricity problems, and basically the house had what they call shorts in Jamaica. That's what they call it. So basically what shorts is that like there's not enough like voltage in the house, which means that like if I'm using a light right now and I want to like iron my clothes, the light is going to turn off because there's not enough like power to power everything in the house. If I'm using the fridge, I have to plug it out to use the microwave. And if I'm using the AC in one room, where the fan is going to automatically switch off in another room. Like there wasn't enough current to share into all the stuff that needed the electricity in the house, basically. So that was really annoying because like, you know, I lived in Jamaica, so I know that like Jamaica has electricity problems and stuff like that. And I mean, it's cool. You get used to it, you adapt to it when you live there. But when you're going on vacation, you didn't sign up for all that. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to sound like a princess or whatever, but like, you know, it's not cool. Like having to like, oh, plug back the fridge, plug in this, like we didn't come here for that. You know what I mean? Anyway, so then because of that, we had to call the electrician. And no, I mean, because of that, we also had Wi-Fi problems because, you know, obviously Wi-Fi works with the electricity. So the Wi-Fi just kept chipping in and out all the time. So like, you know, even when we were trying to contact the host, which was in the States, it was kind of hard because Wi-Fi problems. So we had to use our data. And if you know, in Jamaica, their like data plan, their internet plans are like, they can run out really easily. So we were like using all our megabytes and stuff like that, and it was just like, damn, you know, it was just overwhelming. So then when we finally got in touch with the host, she sent an electrician like at least 2 days after, and he came and he fixed the issue. And he told us that if we had waited just a few seconds more before like he came, the whole wall would have like exploded because the like some stuff in the wall were like melting or something like that. Like the things in the wall, I don't know like electrician terms, I'm so sorry, but like the things in the wall were like broken, and like they were like basically like eating each other up because of like the current or something like that. But he was just saying that we did well to call him at that exact time because like the house would have like, the wall itself where the electricity meter was would have like exploded. So, you know, that was also like stressful. We were like, goddamn, you know, he fixed it, but we were still worrying. We were like, what if it's not fixed properly and stuff like that, you know? After June 3rd, it was June 4th, obviously, my birthday. So then like I had already made peace with the fact that I lost my phone because I had no choice. Like I only had a few days remaining in the country, and I wasn't gonna let that like blow my entire vibe. And also I wasn't alone on this trip, so I didn't want to like I didn't want the problems affecting me affecting my friends as well. I had to think of like them enjoying themselves as well. And like also the fact that like I know the country we went to, like some of the things kind of dependent on me, like on my knowledge of like a lot of stuff. So I still had to like, you know, be chill because my energy would like, you know, also like affect the vibe of the trip, and I didn't want that. So I just made peace with the fact that I lost my phone. There was no way for me to get it back, and I was still sad and bummed about it, but I just tried not to let it appear too much. So it was my birthday as well, and I didn't want to like ruin my day because of a phone. And I also had this one still, you know, but it was kind of sad still. So my birthday came, everything was going well. We got ready, we bought a cake, all of that. And my birthday was also the day where I was gonna meet up back with my high school friends, By the way, special shout out to them. Special shout out for you guys for organizing this birthday dinner with my high school friends and all of that. I love you guys so much. Thank you for taking your time out to come and see me, and especially to organize this. I know it was not super easy, but I thank you guys so much, and I love you guys. I really, really loved seeing you guys, and hopefully we see each other soon again. And yeah, then I had birthday dress issues, and everything was going well until, as I said, I had birthday dress issues. So the dress I was supposed to wear was this one. And I really like that dress, guys. It's from Shein. Like, Shein be having some good stuff, not gonna lie. And I felt like it wasn't even giving Shein. It was super pretty. Like, I wanted to body that dress, right? So I was putting on the dress and everything, and then boop, the strap. Bear in mind, I said it's from Shein, so don't really be surprised by what I'm gonna say. But the strap like kind of came off, but the way it came off, it was like I needed like a thread and a needle to fix it, but I didn't have that. So then I remembered that we had nail glue, and my smart self, my very smart self, I took the nail glue and I put a little bit on the fabric of the dress to like glue the fabric together, and it worked. But I don't know how, but the nail glue was so liquid that like few drops fell on the dress. So then I was like, bro, are you kidding me? Like, another problem again? Like, anyway. So then I was like, okay, it's gonna be fine. Like, it's not gonna show. Or so I thought. They just had like these big circles on it because of the nail glue, because it was super strong. But because of the like the frilly fabric here, I tried to like glue it down so it wouldn't be visible. But like the least movement I would do, you would still see the glue stains. So then I was like, great, I can't wear my birthday dress now. What am I gonna do? So once again, my friends went into superhero mode. They tried to offer me outfits and all of that. But at this point, I was just over it. I was just like, goddamn, I'm just so unlucky right now for this trip. And like, you know, I really liked the outfits they suggested and everything, but they weren't my birthday dress. So I was just really pissed about it. And like, I didn't even really let it show, because at this point, after so many bad things happening back to back, when problems came to me, I was like just automatically into like, okay, solution mode, because I was just used to the problems at this point. So I tried to wash the glue out. I went to iron it out. Like, there was nothing to do. It was just stained. And then I remembered that I had another outfit, which is the outfit that I wore on my birthday, which is this one. It still ate. It was still cute, but it was just like not what I wanted to wear, you know? So we did with what we had. Like, if anything, this trip really taught me to have patience and to just be like, it is what it is, to find a solution, and to be like, you know what, when you can't help a certain situation, you just have to hop onto plan B and make plan B work. Like, that's really what this trip taught me, because like things don't always happen how you expect them to, and that doesn't mean that the world stops. Like, you really have to learn how to like move on and be like, okay, what's next? Because like, you can't let problems hold you back, and that trip definitely showed me that. I also feel like my life in Jamaica really taught me to be that way as well. Like, and also my mother, like all of the things that I experienced in life really taught me that, okay, yes, you have this problem now, but you need to move on. You need to learn how to fix that. And it's a very good thing, but it can be a bad thing as well, because sometimes it doesn't allow me to live through my emotions. But I feel like during that trip, I didn't really have time to live through my emotions, because it was a trip and I wasn't trying to make like every day about a bad thing happening to me, you know? So yeah, that was just a little like moment of wisdom. Sorry. But yeah, so then my birthday just was ruined. But as I said, I still wore like that cute two-piece pink outfit. It wasn't my birthday dress, but it was still cute, you know. And apart from that, like, the birthday dinner went super well. Like, I was so happy to see my friends from high school, like catching up with them and like updating them. okay, what's up with you now? Are you working? Are you in school? How about your love life? All of that was like super nice, you know. I really loved that we got that moment, because like a lot of them, the last time I saw them was like during that last Friday in March in 2020. You know, that famous Friday where they were like, okay, you guys are going on quarantine for 2 weeks, and then that famous 2 weeks just never ended. A lot of them, that was the last day I saw them, and then I went to Canada, right? um some of them I did see like during the quarantine and stuff like that, but most of my friends, I didn't get to tell them a proper goodbye. So like seeing them again was super refreshing. And I wasn't really able to see everybody because some people were not like available, because I was trying to surprise them actually. I got one of my friends to invite them to like a reunion dinner, but I didn't tell anyone that I was there. Only like two people knew that I was coming. And I think that if I had told some of them that like, oh, I'm coming, like it could have been different because it was kind of like last minute. But nevertheless, I saw who I needed to see, and it was so amazing. Oh, we also had stomach issues, guys. And I'm just gonna call it that just in order to be proper. But like, I don't know, that we like at my birthday, Karine ate something, me a couple of days earlier I ate something super spicy, and then like Divine, I think she also had that issue. But like we had some days where like we couldn't stop going to the bathroom. So like try to put all of those issues together happening within 10 days of a vacation trip. Like we were just going to the bathroom, going to the bathroom. Like I had, when it happened to me, I was at the beach. But thank God I was at Doctor's Cave, so I had to go to the bathroom at Doctor's Cave. At least it happened to me once. But like it was hell. It was something. But anyways, I'm not gonna go too deep into details with an issue like that. But like just bear in mind that that happened as well. Next issue was clothing issues. So if you guys are from Jamaica, you know this, but if you're not, I will explain. In Jamaica, when you go into schools, into offices, or places like that, like official places, doctor offices, stuff like that, you can't really wear stuff like I'm wearing right now. You can't wear sleeveless things. You can't wear like stuff that show your belly. You can't wear shorts. You can't wear like things that are too ripped, like pants and stuff like that. You have to wear things that cover your shoulders, you know, things that cover your thighs. You have to be dressing proper, right? Which is kind of understanding, but is kind of annoying as well. So we went to visit my teachers, and we went to like just do a tour of my old high school. I think it was a day after my birthday or 2 days after my birthday, whatever. And I had told the girls from like even before we left for Jamaica that like I wanted to go visit my old high school. So make sure that like the clothes that you pack are not only like sexy gal clothes. Like bring a t-shirt and a jeans as well, because that's what you're gonna need to go visit the school, right? So I had told them that. And when I saw Corinne's outfit like before we left, like I thought it was cool, right? Like I didn't remember that it was that strict, because she had on like a t-shirt and like a shorts that was just a little bit above her knee, and I thought that was okay. So then I was like, okay, cool, you guys are all dressed perfectly, all of that. And we arrive at the school, and they're like, oh, she can't come in. Bear in mind, the security guy, like me and him never got along while I was going to school there. So I think he was just trying to be a little bit like annoying. So then we were like, oh my God, not another thing. So Karine had to like take out oh, thankfully our luggage were in the driver's bus. I'm gonna explain that to you guys like later why that is. You guys will know when I talk about the next issue. But like thankfully the baggage was in the bus, so like Karine went to find another pants to wear and stuff like that, and then she just hopped inside the bus and she just pulled it on, and then we got to visit the school. So that was in the next little issue. Mami na question school. Oh. I just wanted. And the next issue, which is the issue that explains why we were driving around with our baggage and why it wasn't in an Airbnb or a place like that, is because we were homeless for a night. Now, let me get into it. So, The reason why we were homeless for a night is because we had planned like what we were gonna do every day for our trip, and on the day we ended up being homeless, we had planned to go to Kingston to do the Blue Mountains tour. Um, and because Kingston is far from Montego Bay, we were supposed to stay at the tour guide's house to wake up early in the morning to go up the Blue Mountains and to catch the sunrise from up there. That was the plan from even before we arrived in Jamaica, because we planned everything beforehand, right? And this tour guide, like, he knows my mom. We know each other because when my mom used to organize tours for the tourists that used to come stay at our place when we used to live in Jamaica, she used to send them to him to do their tour attractions in the Kingston area, especially to do the Blue Mountain tour. So why we didn't bother going and why we were homeless for that night is because one day I was on Instagram just posting pictures of me and stuff like that when I got this DM. And I got a DM, and I'm not gonna say his name, but this is an older man we're talking about. Like, he is probably like my mom age, in his like 40s or 50s, right? So, and bear in mind, he knows my mother as well. So he replied to my story and he was like, "Is that you?" And I wasn't sure if that was him, right? Because I didn't know him by name. I just knew of him, but I thought that like his name sounded familiar, right? So that's why I replied. So he texted me and he was like, "Is that you?" So then I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And then he was like, "Oh, wow, you're really pretty." So I just said thank you, and I was gonna leave the conversation at that, right? Because I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, but I didn't want to like think anything of it. But then, like, when I said thank you, he kept going with the conversation, and he was like, "Oh, like, you're beautiful in every kind of way, no, 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 no," going into some deep weird details. And I was just like, huh? Like, you're grown, that's one. Two, you know my mother. Three, that's super misplaced. Like, and he already knew that we were planning to go to his, right? To stay to do the Blue Mountain tour, because that's how it usually works. Like, you sleep there because he has an accommodation for people to sleep there, and you wake up early to go do the tour, as I said. So you already know that I'm gonna stay at yours, and then you're making all these passes and making all these comments. Like, I was so uncomfortable with that, so I showed it to my mom, and my mom was like, "No, there's no way you're going to stay there." Because, like, if he's saying things like that that are super out of line, and then you're going there with two of your friends, young girls at that, no, you know? So that's why we decided not to go there anymore. But then, which was kind of a rookie move from us, we forgot to book another place to go stay. Because, like, the first Airbnb we stayed at, the one that had the electricity problems and all of that, we booked from this date to that date. And then the end of that date was the day we were supposed to go to Kingston. But then remember, we weren't going anymore because the guy was a perv. But we forgot to book another place because, you know, we were just wrapped up with a whole bunch of other stuff. So then we were like, oh shit. When that day arrived, we were like, oh shit, we're homeless. Which was not very smart of us. But, like, you know, because of all of the other problems that happened during the trip and all of that, like, we got so distracted that we forgot. So then we were just taking it easy. We just put all the luggage in the bus, and we were just like, you know, we're just gonna drive around today, find stuff to do, and then we'll just find a place to stay. Initially, we were like, you know what, we're just gonna spend the whole night outside, because we already had like another Airbnb for the day after, and the check-in was like in the morning. So it was like, we were like, at this point, let's just spend the whole night outside, and then the next morning we'll just go to the Airbnb. But then we were like, then my mom, like, I would update her from day to day, like, okay, this is happening today, this is happening today. And she was also super worried because of like all the other problems that were happening. So she was like, how come are you guys homeless? No, 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 no. And basically she was just stressing about it. So we had found this one place first, and then like we were like, okay, we're gonna book it later, whatever, right? And then my mom was like, no, you're not gonna stay out all night. So then The first place we found, we said we were gonna book it later, and then we were just enjoying ourselves outside and all of that. And then, like, you know, it was getting late and everything, and my mom was like, you guys need to go to that place that you found. And then we're like, isn't it too late because check-in time has passed and stuff like that. And then little that we knew, the place was already booked for us and we didn't know. So we were just like staying outside for no reason, and that was kind of like weird. The story around that is kind of weird, but I'm not gonna get into detail with it. But just know that this whole time we were roaming around outside while the place was already booked. Even my mom didn't know that the place was already booked for us, or else she would have been like, you guys go now, right? But I'm not gonna get into detail with it. It was just weird. Like, we were basically homeless for no reason because the place was booked for us. Anyways, then we finally went to check in, and the place was really nice. We spent one night there and it was cool. Like, we had a good stay and all of that, and then that's it. So then we weren't homeless anymore, because then, remember, as I said, we had another Airbnb for the next morning. So the next problem after the homelessness was registration problems. For those of you who listened to my update video, I was telling you guys, I had a point where I was talking to you guys about school, and I was telling you guys that basically I have a class to take in the summer in order to be eligible for university. And I also had told you guys that, like, I was waiting on the school's response to know if I would be okay to attend this June's graduation, and basically they told me that it was full, which I think is very weird because I know a lot of graduates from this year that are not attending graduation, so I don't know how the graduation ceremony is full, but whatever. And that means that I would have to attend next year's graduation, which means I will already be a uni student while going to my college graduation, which is fine. You know, it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. But I still had to take that summer class. So in order to go to the summer class, though, I needed to register, and the registration time was while I was in Jamaica. It was on June 7th, and I was in Jamaica until June 10th. So I made sure to find out if I would be okay to register for my summer class while in another country, and they told me, yes, you shouldn't have a problem, it's fine, as soon as you can log into your Omnivox, which is like the school platform to get your information, whatever, you'll be fine. So then I was like, cool, amazing. So I wake up, oh, and I must mention, Jamaica's time is like 1 hour behind Canadian time. Right now, at least, it's like that, right? So registration time started at 9 a.m. Canadian time, which means 8 a.m. Jamaican time. But me, I forgot. Guys, I don't know, for this trip, it's like, because of all of the problems happening, it's like my mind was not here no more. But anyways, I forgot, right? I had set several alarms, and then one of my friends who also was supposed to take that summer course, he texted me and he was like, are you ready? And then I was like, ready? He's up early, because in my head, Jamaica and Canada have the same time, right? But then I'm like, no, he's not early, he's actually on time, because it was 8 for me but 9 for him. So thanks to him, I remembered the time difference, and then I got up out of bed, and then I started, like, I took my iPad, installed it and everything, and I started like logging into my Omnivox, trying to like register for the summer class in time so that I could finally finish with college and go on to university, right? All of that in Jamaica. I'm trying to be quiet because my friends are sleeping in the room, and I'm just like, okay, I need to register, and it's not working. It's telling me that the seats are full. So then, guys, I felt like the skies were falling on me at this point. I was like, what the actual beep? I was just like, ain't no way I'm this unlucky. Like, my phone, my luggage, rain, this, that, this, like, bro, I was just like, hell no. Now I'm not gonna even be eligible to go to uni. Like, at this point, come from my whole future then. Because I was just like, mais non, comme c'est pas possible là. The tears again. Give me a second. At this point, I was just like, what is it that you want from me? I was like, okay, everything could be going wrong, but this registration thing, just please, man. Like, this is my future we're talking about. This is uni we're talking about. If I don't take this class right now, my acceptance to university will be cancelled and I will have to return for a new semester at Vanier. And I don't want that. Like, I already told you guys I got accepted to uni. I already told, like, my mom already told my entire family that I'm accepted to uni. Like, that would be so, like, bad. You know what I mean? There's no way that the seats are full right now. And by this time, it was just, like, 9:30. So I was like, 30 minutes? 30 minutes. The seat filled in 30 minutes. Really? And the lady at registration had told me that, like, graduating students had priority. So I was like, how come? You know? So then I just started freaking out. I was like, no, this is not the time to have a panic attack. This is not the time to stress. You need to be, like, in solution mode. You need to find a solution right now in order to be registered in that class because you're not staying longer at Vanier. So I was like, oh, I have a friend who is also, like, going to Concordia who also needs to take that class, so let me text her. So I took my phone, I started texting. I was like, girl, I need your help, save me right now. Like, I don't usually ask for how do you say, I don't usually ask for favors, but, like, I really need your help right now. And she was like, yeah, what's up, tell me what you need. And I was like, girl, I'm gonna give you my password, my date of birth, and my Omnivox ID, and I just really need you to register into my Omnivox and sign me up for this class, because if not, I will not be coming to Concordia with you in September. And she was like, yeah, no problem, girl, don't worry about it, I'm gonna do it for you. And then she's like, it's not working. So I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh, no. It's like every time I had a second of hope, something else was happening. So then I was like, what? And then she said, maybe the password is wrong. So because of the stress, I even forgot my password. I gave her my password from my old laptop. So then I was like, goddamn. Anyway, so then I thought about it for a minute and I was like, oh yeah, this is my password. So I sent her the right password. And then, like, I was waiting for her to give me news on, like, if I was registered or not. And let me tell you, these were the longest 10 minutes of my life. Like, I felt like I was waiting for the news of my life. Because, like, this is uni we're talking about, guys. I don't know if I've made myself clear here. But, like, I was just waiting. I was like, oh my God, please. Because part of me had hope. But the other part of me was like, I don't even know what I'm hoping for, because 2 websites are telling me that the seats for the class are full. So why am I even trying to find a solution right now? But I had no choice. So I was just waiting, right? And then she just texted me back super casually. And she was like, okay, it's all done. You're registered. I was like, what? It took a time for my brain to register it. I was like, huh? How? Like, these 2 websites are telling me that it's full. So, like, how is it that I'm in the class right now? But I was like, you know what? Let me not question it. I'm registered. So then we had, like, 2 days to pay the fee for the class. And, like, I paid it as soon as possible because I was like, there's no way somebody's going to tell me, oh, you're not registered for this class. So I paid the fee. Everything was out of the way. But, like, that was another unnecessary stress. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, it wasn't necessary. It was another thing. And, like, the thing is, what you guys need to understand is that if only one of these things happened, it would be like, oh damn, like, that sucks, you know? But, like, when things like that happen back to back, one after the other, it's like everything is the end of the world. Because it's like, damn, can I catch a break? You know what I mean? So, like, every small issue becomes a big issue. And I promise you that this is not me being extra. Like, anyway, if any of you has ever been through something like that, like going through things back to back, then you know what I mean. Like, it's not fun, especially going through stuff like that on vacation, a vacation that's supposed to be about relaxing, decompressing, like detaching from the real world, detaching from your real life because you're in another country. But then, like, issues from your regular life are affecting you, like, in the other country, on your birthday trip, with your friends. You know, it wasn't cool. It wasn't fun. You know what I mean? Anyway, so then, like, my friend, she really helped me with that issue. So now I'm currently like taking the summer classes. Thank you God, that was out of the way. And then to seal the trip, we had lady issues. What do I mean by lady issues? Well, it's very simple. Like, it was that time of the month for first Korean. So that really sucked. Like, we went to Rick's Cafe and like we didn't get to really go in the water and stuff like that because, you know, she was having that time. And then the day after, I got mine. So I think she got hers on like June 7th, and then I got mine like on June 8th, and we were leaving the country in on June 10th. So like for the remainder of the trip, we were just like bloated and like cramps and just like headaches and, you know, all those symptoms that happened during that time. So it wasn't so fun, and like we kind of knew that it was gonna come at that time, but like we were hoping that it would be kind of late, you know. But I mean, it is what it is. It's natural, but it kind of sucked. Like, and then as I said, for that to happen on top of like all the other things that happened, it was kind of like, it kind of sucked, you know. So as I said, there were other issues that were a part of the trip. Some stuff that like resulted in each and every one of us that was a part of the trip to cry. Like, 3 of us cried on the trip, not at the same time obviously, because, you know, but like there was one reason at least for each of us to cry during that trip. So I won't say everything. I would love to be able to share like all the problems so that you guys can understand fully like what it is that we went through. But like, don't worry, there was nothing that put any of us in danger. There was nothing that made us like dislike Jamaica. There was nothing that like put us in a really, really, really extremely bad mood or bad place. But it's just stuff that I can't really say. And apart from that, like, I really enjoyed my time in Jamaica. I'm really grateful I got to see some of the people that I went to school with, some of the people I was friends with, some of the people who I lived in I shared a community with. I'm really, really happy I got to spend like my 20th birthday with 2 of my closest friends in a country where I used to live in the Caribbean. Like, who can say they did that, right? I just feel like it's an amazing experience that I can add to like my baggage of experiences that I can tell my kids about later on. And even all these issues that I mentioned, these are like stuff that I can now laugh about. Not all of them, like my phone, I don't find that funny still, but like, you know, these are just stuff that I'm gonna have as like a part of my life stories that I'm gonna share with people. So, you know, even though the content that I wanted for this YouTube video was like mostly like vlogs and like day-to-day content, I didn't really get that because I lost most of my content with my phone, because as I said, they weren't backed up to my iCloud. I don't know how. And after I lost my phone, I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of felt discouraged to film. Yeah, it's like I kind of lost motivation. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I wanted to push through and like to still vlog with this phone, but then like this phone doesn't have much storage, so it was annoying to like have to delete and then film, delete and film. So I think that one lesson as well that losing my phone taught me is just to kind of just live more in the moment. And I really did that during the trip. I still filmed and took pictures, kind of, and took snaps and stuff like that. But after I lost my phone, I mostly focused on like having fun and just like taking the time out to just disconnect a little bit. So, I mean, it didn't have to take losing my phone for me to realize that, but that's just what happened. And it did help me to realize that I needed to disconnect a bit, so I don't have as much content for you guys. Yeah, so that's it basically. Let me know in the comments if you think that my reactions to each of the problems were kind of extra, and if you think that overall if I'm being extra, or if you think that like I really went through it for real. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more content coming soon. I would love to have like the phone to film better content for you guys, but we're gonna do with what we have. That's really the lesson of this trip. I learned to like just do it what you have and keep pushing, keep persevering, and things will end up being okay. You know, even though when things are difficult, it seems as if like it's hard and you're never gonna get over it. Life has really taught me that in the end, things always work out for the best. So with that being said, stay tuned for content that I have coming up. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. This is my very first story time, so I hope I did well. But yeah, with that being said, thank you for your support, thank you for your love, thank you for your patience, because I know I be taking time to post videos. But yeah, bye, see you gang. I love you guys so much. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah, let's get to 300 subscribers, because like our girl needs them. Anyway, bye.